Right. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Bienvenidos.
Juan come manzanas.
Juan come manzanas. ¿Cómo están?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Are We Nerds podcast with your favorite host, Emily, and
Emily.
yes, it is us.
Again.
I'm like, wait, what is this episode about?
This is episode 9, and it's a really fun episode that I'm super excited about. We are going to be talking about The Devil is a Part-Timer. We watched episodes 1 through 6 for the first time. This is a show that I feel like a lot of people have talked about, and I've seen all over social media, but I've never actually seen the show until this episode. So I'm excited to talk about it with you guys. This will be a 2-part series, so we're talking about episodes 1 through 6 in this episode, and not next week's episode, but the week after will be episodes 7 through 13.
Yes.
So
it's interesting. This is a way to get me to I'm forcing myself to sit down and watch anime because for some reason I've been in an anime funk, but we can talk more about that next week. But I'm enjoying it. But we'll talk, and it is, like you said, something that a lot of people have seen and has been talked about, because when did it come out? 20 some year. We'll get back to that date because I'm actually curious, because it's been out for a while, because people have been waiting for more. So then when they released season 2,
2013.
Yeah, a lot of people were excited for that. So and there's one scene that I knew about, and I see everywhere on the internet. So, and we'll talk about which episode. But I was like, oh yeah, this is this scene. Oh my god. So I'm excited for that. But before we talk more about The Devil is a Part-Timer, as always, we're going to discuss anime news, and extra, there's just some nerd news that I want to talk about because I'm excited. So, start off, Emily.
Okay. So, Bleach: The 1,000-Year Blood War arc will officially be streaming on Disney Plus this October. I have questions about this, but my question is, okay, I have a problem with Disney Plus getting into anime. Genuinely, I don't have a problem with it. My question is, when animes are going to be released on Disney Plus, are they going to be released simultaneously in different countries? Because I know with animes they've done previously, they have not yet been released in America, and that is my issue. I want this to be a simultaneous release from Japan to the US and to other countries as well, just like Crunchyroll does. So that's what I'm worried about. Also, I have Disney Plus, so it's not like I'm not having to buy another subscription to get access to this anime. So for me, that's why I think it's not that big of a deal. But I can see why other people would get upset about it. So I have very mixed opinions on this, but more than anything, I want to know if 1,000-Year Blood War arc is going to be simultaneously streamed, because if it's not, I'm going to be really upset. I'm not caught up on Bleach yet, but I will be caught up on Bleach by the time this is done. This is airing, so...
I feel like they will. It would be really weird and wrong if they didn't release it simultaneously, because Bleach in the Western world is a really big anime that a bunch of people, including myself, have been waiting for. So if Disney Plus did that, that would be a dick move, to be honest. And we both have Disney Plus, so we're lucky to have that. But I feel bad for the people that don't have Disney Plus, so now they have to go out of their way to get it, or they're gonna watch it just somewhere else, not on a legal streaming. So then the Bleach production and people like that don't get money off of that. But then again, I'm capitalism, so can't really get mad at people for doing that route, because shocker, most people that watch anime have watched it on a site somewhere. So people are going to watch it. It's going to be watched. it's a matter of where you're gonna watch it. And the fact that it's so limited just to Disney Plus, I feel like okay, I get Disney going into anime because anime now, especially since like the pandemic, anime community has like blown up.
Yeah.
It's gotten way bigger and more out like the anime community's been big, but like outwardly now, like people outwardly saying they're part of the anime. I was like, honestly, I've been looking at that. I was like, her bag looks really crooked. I wonder if it's gonna fall. So the fact that it fell right now, kind of freaky. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm
But
not even gonna get up. It's just gonna stay.
Disney, yeah. So Disney's gonna like get into that, right? Because it's
Yeah.
money. So
Yeah.
and then this being the final season of Bleach, and probably people that work for Disney knowing that us fans have been waiting forever, like they probably saw money out of this. So
Yeah, but then my thing too is like, is once it streams on Disney Plus, like, is it gonna go like the rest of Bleach is on Crunchyroll and like other sites? So like, is it gonna be taken off of Crunchyroll, or is it just like thousand? Well, no, that's a dumb. I think it's just the Thousand Year Blood War arc. But like, is Crunchyroll eventually gonna get that, where it's like just exclusively like forever streaming on? Like, that's just I don't know. Because I know when I watched Inuyasha, I got really annoyed because I had to go from Crunchyroll to Hulu. So like, it's just an inconvenience in my opinion. Like, keep it the same place that it's been. But again, capitalism, money, I understand that this was a possibility. So I have very mixed. Tell us how you guys feel about this, because I'm very curious.
curious too, but like for this whole situation, it's like with Disney, it's literally the Spider-Man situation.
Yeah.
It's just like that. So like you're gonna have some Bleach content, but like you can't stream it on this. Like for Crunchyroll, you're gonna have most of Bleach, but they're not gonna own Thousand Year Blood War arc streaming rights because they didn't win it. So like, honestly, beat the system, people. Like you've
Anyway,
been doing.
put it on, because this will turn into a whole rant about us
I'm
and
mad.
like capitalism. So continuing on, Skate the Infinity season 2 and new OVA have officially been announced. Everyone was freaking out about this. I have never seen Skate the Infinity, but now I have to, because
The fact that they just dropped this news on like a
out of
random Monday,
nowhere.
like out of nowhere, and then I was like, yeah, let's get the Infinity Season 2 because like I enjoyed it. It was a nice watch. Um, the villain dude's kind of weird. Girls, guys, and theys, you know, it's a sports anime, so it's a little fruity, okay? Which we all love. But I was surprised we got it so quickly, and then I was just thinking, damn. They get a season 2. Haiku. Oh, we didn't put that in the news.
This
Speaking about Haiku,
is
this is news in correlating with Skate to Infinity season 2. So Haiku had announced that they're not doing a season 5. It's just it's just 2 movies, which I don't want to speak for the community, but I feel like that's not what we wanted. 2 movies. I'm a little worried about how they're going to fit like 110 chapters into 2 movies.
yeah.
I'm a little worried because there's way more character development and time skip stuff that like the people are going to want, and if they don't get that, you're like royally going to piss people off. And I'm going to be one of them. So, um Skate the Infinity fans, I'm happy for y'all. You're getting season 2. You're getting an OVA. Um Haiku fans, fighting, like we'll get through it. I mean, I feel like the animation's gonna be good, way better than like what they pushed out for like the second part of season 4, because some of the animation in that was questionable. But I'm glad that we got content during a time where we were all just at home, so I can't be too mad. Hayaka's my favorite. I just pray that or sending good vibes to the animation studio that like they'll give it the justice that it deserves. But Skate to Infinity. I like it. You would like it. It doesn't require a lot of brain power, and the main characters are really nice. They're also really cool.
Okay, moving on. Psychopath
I heard
Providence
them.
movie officially announced.
I have dabbled in psychopaths, but I think with anime like that, on the same wavelength of like Death Note, um, and oh my god, what's the other one? Parasite. I just somehow can't like continue to watch more. So maybe when this movie comes out, I'll watch like or whenever we get access to it, I'll watch Psychopaths because like it looks good and I enjoyed at least like the first two episodes that I have watched. So I just have to like force myself to get through it. But exciting news for Psychopaths fans. So good for y'all. A movie.
Uh, how do I say this?
Sarune.
Sarune?
Mm-hmm.
Sarune anime movie is releasing this week in Japan. I saw some like trailers and stuff for this. Yeah.
Another anime, sports anime, mind you. This one's about archery.
Yeah.
Beautiful animation, really good season. It was like 13 episodes or something like that. Another anime with a hot sensei. So, okay, so if it's releasing in Japan, and I think Crunchyroll's releasing it, I don't take my word for that. But hopefully, like, we'll be able to watch it because I have been excited to watch this movie. Like, I've known about it for like more than a year now since they released that there was going to be a movie. So I'm excited because I really like Sarune. It was a really nice sports anime to watch and pretty animation. And probably I will watch it again whenever the movie gets out because it will have been a long time by the time that we're
After
able to
you watch
watch it.
it.
I'll, yeah, you gotta watch it. You have to
Yeah.
watch that. You have to watch Skate to Infinity. Let me just like send you down the road of sports anime.
I love sports anime. I have no problem with that.
Exactly. I'm excited. Hopefully we get that soon. But
Yeah.
other news, the 2023 Crunchyroll Anime Awards live event will be hosted in Japan. First time ever. That's interesting. I'm excited to see what animes are going to be up for awards because I don't know about you, but like in 22, I voted for stuff.
Oh, I voted.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
like Aaron was like the best like antagonist or something like that.
And protagonist. And he won both, I think. I'm like pretty
Yeah,
sure he won both.
I think so.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what categories and what's going to be up for awards for that because I love voting for stuff. So,
Anya better win best girl.
ooh, I wonder what people are going to think. I wonder people are going to vote for. But so another anime movie news. This one's called The Tunnel of Summer: The Exit of Goodbyes. This
Ooh.
movie trailer is out. I sent it to you and Dana, and this trailer had me shook. It looked really good. I have no idea when we're gonna get it, but hopefully sometime soon because it looks really good. I highly request that you watch it after this podcast, Emily.
Okay.
And listeners, once again, I'm gonna say this because y'all just need to look this up. This movie is called The Tunnel of Summer: The Exit of Goodbyes. I'm gonna send this trailer in the Discord too because I'm like, y'all look at this crazy like it looked really dramatic. So, which I love. And then our last news, which is not anime news, but this is called Are We Nerds? And we're going to talk about nerdy stuff. And if y'all know me, anthropology, that is what I got my degree in. And one factor that had helped me get this degree was my interest in the Percy Jackson series. When this came out in like fourth grade, I was on it. I had been reading all of those books like all the way up to eighth grade. Like, so exciting news. Disney live action of the Percy Jackson series has filmed up to chapter 9. And I had no idea this was a thing, but Netflix also has live action rights to another of Rick Riordan's things called the Kane Chronicles. So this is the Egyptian story. It's gonna be a live action movie of the first book.
That's
I
rad.
had no idea that was a thing, so I'm putting this news out there to y'all because if you liked Percy Jackson, you guys would probably like
Yes,
the Kane Chronicles
I
because
agree.
I enjoyed it.
Yes.
But that's all the news that we have. Um, it was
I
a
feel
lot,
like we
actually.
rambled.
Well, because
Because the
we had a
news,
lot to say about Disney.
the news was interesting. This is not a Disney Plus hate account, but
No,
we
I
have some
use it.
opinions. Let's get into it. What is the devil is a part-time what?
We're having a moment. You know what?
And this is the
Let me say the
episode
title.
that this is the first episode that Chinny's gonna edit with us too, so she's about to see.
She'd be like, "Y'all are dumb." I'd be like, Oh yeah,
I'm like, this is why we
shout out
edit
to
the shout out.
Chinny. Shout out to Chinny. She is our friend. She will probably be on a podcast sometime. Um, we have decided to bring her on, and she brought herself on too, which is not a bad thing. This is actually really good for the both of us. She'll be editing our podcast, so our little Are We Nerds podcast team is growing. It's so cute. Shout out to Chinny. Thank you. When you watch this, she's gonna be like, "Oh, you're so sentimental," like because we're not like that at all. So, um, shout out to
Anyway.
Chinny and welcome her to the team. Woo! So
Woo!
first, obviously, with this episode, it's about our reactions to episode 1 through 6 of The Devil is a Part-Timer. But for listeners that have watched it and you have an idea of it, maybe this is a recap of for you for the episodes and then like what this anime is about. Or if you're listening and you just want to um listen along to our reactions, but you haven't dabbled into The Devil is a Part-Timer, hopefully this has interested you to watch it because I've enjoyed it. It's really nice. So
I like it.
Emily's gonna go ahead and say what The Devil is a Part-Timer is about.
The story is about Satan seeking to conquer the world of Isle?
Yes.
But when confronted by the hero Amelia, he is forced to retreat through a gate that transports him to modern-day Tokyo, Japan, to survive and find a way to return to Isle. Satan adopts the name Sado Mao, and gains part-time employment at a fast food restaurant called McRonald's. I think the concept is super unique and exciting, and right off the bat, just looking at the concept art, I could already tell that it was going to be a really fun show to watch.
Yeah, I enjoyed the art style too. I honestly not rewatching, but like watching this, I was like, I think I had attempted to watch this in high school. So I was like, this first episode's really like familiar to me.
Mm.
And not like familiar where like I've seen clips of it on the internet. Like I believe I had tried to watch this in high school. So I was like, oh, okay. So now I'm conquering this anime through this podcast. Thank you, Are We Nerds podcast. So, I enjoyed it, and the description of the anime like intrigued me. You know, Satan, um, getting his ass beat by a woman. Please, now he's working at McDonald's. Like, I want to know more about the situation and how he's living in modern day Tokyo. So, I'm curious to see how it'll go. That
You're about to see.
You're about to see what I thought about episode 1 through 6. So, episode 1, the title of this episode is The Devil Arrives in Sasazuka? Y'all, we're so sorry we butchered this. We're two girls from the South. I'm not even really good at English, and that's the only language I know. So, bear with us, okay? So, when the Lord of Demons and his horde waged war against the humans in their realm, a hero vanquished their army. Cornered, the devil fled through an interdimensional portal to Earth. He vows to one day reign again, but until then, he needs a job. So Satan's looking for a job.
So these were our reactions. Like, I was writing notes while I was watching the episode, so these are our reactions like during the episode. So what I said was I like the animation a lot. It is honestly really rad. I like how they use color and sound throughout the opening fight scenes, which is really true. I was watching the opening fight scenes and I was like, this is really cool. Like I really liked the animation of it. My first impression was, what language are they speaking? I was like, this is not Japanese. This is not what like what are they saying right now? And then I was like, well, then when it aired in Japan, did it have subtitles? Like, it had to have subtitles because this is like a made-up language, right? Yeah. Okay.
Well, honestly, to me, like, it sounded like broken English and German, or like broken German to me.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. I was honestly tripping for a second. I was like, what?
Literally.
Like I was like, what are they? This is not Japanese. What the heck is this? So I was shook. I was confused, but I was going along with it because I was like, what the hell?
I literally went to the audio to make sure that I had it set in Japanese. Because they started off with this language and I was just so confused. And then they randomly switched to Japanese, and I don't know why, but I found that so amusing.
They tend to do that. Like,
yeah.
I mean, if you've seen that before, but like if someone in an anime is like not from Japan or like doesn't know Japanese, like you'll hear them speaking their native language for like a second to just show that, like, especially if they're a main character, like a character there for a long time, like it'll show them speaking their native language, but then it will switch to like Japanese,
like perfect Japanese with just like an accent.
It's like, because like it's obviously in Japanese, but from that they're speaking their native language, but like we're hearing Japanese and reading the subtitles because it's just easier that way. Do you want to put it down?
What you're putting down?
I was like, you look confused.
No, I get you. And then I said, I think this whole concept of the devil having to navigate his newfound reality on Earth is really interesting. And right off the bat, they formatted it in a way that's just really interesting to watch. Like it holds your attention. I love the main character, which is really funny because he's Satan. But
yeah.
The fact that he got promoted to A-level staff in this episode and was so excited was just too cute to me. But wow, what a cliffhanger on the first episode. If I was watching this week to week, I would have been on the edge of my seat.
I agree.
Those are my thoughts.
Yeah, the first episode of B started off like crazy because one, I had no idea what the hell they were speaking. Two, it just started off with like a war. And I was like, people are fighting to the death. Like literally his horns like cut off.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, he looks crazy as hell. I was like, what is going on? I was confused. Not in a bad way.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I was like, what is going on? It was like I was just thrown in there with them. I was like, what? And then, he gets transported to modern day Japan and he needs to find a job. But the fact that Satan is working at like McDonald's, I was like, what the heck? And he loves his job. That's the thing. Satan is working at an off-brand McDonald's.
I wonder if they have a Pikachu meal.
Yeah, it comes with Pokemon cards. Y'all go to McDonald's. McDonald's isn't sponsoring us, but like the Pikachu boxes are so cute and they come with Pokemon cards. So shout out to them. But intriguing first episode. My pea-sized brain enjoyed it. Good job, Devil's a part-timer. Now we're going on to episode 2. Emily.
The hero stays at the Devil's Castle for work reasons. So the description of this episode is when Amelia the hero finally tracks down the ruler of demons right here on Earth, he's not exactly what she was expecting, which may or may not make her a little crazy. Right off the bat, not an Amelia. That's literally my name in Spanish, like my legal Spanish name. And then,
like my name?
Yes, but I said, does that mean we're heroes? That's what I wrote in the note. And then I said, not her name in Japan being Emmy, because that's literally what my mom calls both of us. She's like, Emmy, like to both of us. So I was like, oh my gosh. Anyway, that was just funny. The opening is a bop. I like the opening.
Not bad.
Is it the best opening I've ever heard? No, but it's a nice opening.
Agreed.
Yes. The scene of them at the police station is too funny. Also, the fact that she works at what appears to be a customer service place is too funny and fits her character as a hero because honestly, shout out to those who work in customer service. Y'all are real ones. And then I wrote, why do I kind of want them to get together? And then, oh my gosh, his coworker, at this point we didn't know her name, but his coworker having a crush on him is too funny. Like, the whole thing that I was thinking this entire time was this show is too funny. Like Emmy staying the night at his place and her, like, having a little fit in the corner because she has to stay at the double's place is so funny to me. And then I wrote, more earthquakes coming. 5 question marks, what the fuck? That is what I wrote.
So, I love the police station scene because, Satan, this is before they, like, had picked their Japanese names, I believe. But, like, he's like, I'm not eating any of this food that you guys are giving me. Like, I'm not answering questions. Like, you're gonna answer my questions. Hypnotize the police dude. And then he's, like, going to go get his right-hand man. That dude, he opens the door. That dude is just eating that ramen. He's like, he's like, oh shit, I just got caught. Like, I'm gonna get in so much trouble. And Satan's just like, get up, let's go. Like, that had me cracking up. But what I wrote, and Amelia is too funny. But she needs to figure out what she's doing because she's just like, I hate Satan. Blah blah blah. Like, he's my mortal enemy. And then she's just like, can I stay at your house? Help me. I'm just like, girl, Miss Girl, pick something. But from world hero to office worker, that is like a total 180 for her, and she's just chilling, answering questions for people. So I was just like, okay, word. Do your thing, live in that world, Emmy. Kind of dig the enemies to lovers thing, but I don't think that that's gonna be endgame for like them. So I have no. It could. I have no idea though. But the random screams that Satan and his friend, not his friend, but like his right hand man, I guess you could say friend, like they're friends, but like the random screams that they'll be doing, oh my god, I'm like, what the hell? Like, what am I watching? It's just too funny. And then lots of earthquakes for some reason. That's got to be important somehow. And we were right. So
Yes.
I really liked episode 2. 1 and 2 were really good. And it just keeps going upward of goodness and funniness. So, but episode 3, I really liked episode 3. The title of this one is "The Devil Goes on a Date with His Junior in Shinjuku." So something supernatural seems to be going on with Chiho. Meanwhile, it's possible Mao doesn't really understand the concept of a date. But it's not long before everyone has much bigger problems on their hands. So stuff's finally going down in this episode, it appears to be. Stuff we learn about the earthquakes that are more than just earthquakes. What did you think about it, Emily?
Episode 3 is probably my favorite episode so far. I really liked this episode. His coworker having a crush on him is the funniest thing ever to me. I don't know why. I just find it so amusing. The way she blushes every time like he even looks at her. It's just too funny. I really like how at the time I thought this was the villain. So I really like how they introduced the villain in this episode. Also, I like how the villain is after both Satan and the hero, and it seemed to me at this time that they'll be working together, and I love that. Mao not understanding what dates are and what holding hands mean makes this even funnier. He was like, this is a date? And he's like, yeah. Man doesn't know what a date is. He's the Satan. Like, he doesn't know what the concept of a date is. And he was like, she was like, can we hold hands? And he goes, yeah. And she's over there like freaking out, like blushing. And that was just so funny to me. I live for people spying on people on their dates. One of my favorite tropes. I think it's so funny. So I was living for that. And I wondered at this point if and why the villain is using Chiho. Like, are the earthquakes connected to her emotions? I was really confused, but in a good way. Like, I wasn't confused where I was like, oh, this is too confusing. Like, I can't watch this. Like, I was intrigued by it.
Agreed. I was kind of confused for a second when they were like introducing that, like Chiho, because she she obviously was just his coworker, but then they were like, she knows that these earthquakes are more than just earthquakes, and so she's like texting Mao like, be careful, like stuff like that. So I was like, is she more than just a human? What is this? What is going on? But she's just too cute. She is so funny when when she's around Mao and like acts around him, and then she's just like Mao-san, Mao-san. It's so cute. And then like when situations where people confront her about her crush on him, the way she like freaks out, it was so funny to me because she's just like like she's so flabbergasted and like denies it, but like doesn't at the same
Yeah.
time. I just think her reactions are just too funny to me. But um, Amelia and Mao just randomly getting shot at. I was like, what the hell is going on? And I was like, he's going after both of them. So then I was like, who would be going after her and Satan? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I get like wanting to kill Satan, right? Because
Hmm.
it's Satan. But like her? So then I was thinking, the church is dirty. I was like, someone they're trying to kill her or something. Like, but like why are they trying to kill her? Like that didn't make sense to me at that moment. Like nothing was connecting in my head. But the spying scene was funny. Also, I love when Amelia and Chiho like confront each other because Chiho's like a little chihuahua, just like defending Mao, and she's like, "Girl, get away from him! Like he's not the one for you. Like he
He's
is Satan." Well,
literally Satan.
I was like, she doesn't say that he's Satan, but she's like, he sucks. Get away from him. And then I wrote, "Oop! Now the building fell on them because an earthquake caused the subway station that they were in, like the underground subway station, they
Mhm.
caused it to cave in. So that's like literally how the episode ended. And I was like, damn, now they're caved in. What the hell? And this is when Amelia's like really going through it at like at the end of this, and then like episode 4 of like what she thinks or like her image of Satan and how he is. Because like so far we've just been seeing him do like regular human people stuff and like just living his life, working at McDonald's, like living with his friend, like that type of stuff. So he just seems like a normal human, not doing like things that people would associate with like demons or like devils doing. So she's like really confused, and she can't understand that he's nice. So like she starts having identity crisis for herself, but also like her image of Satan. So that gets interesting, especially in episode 4. But we'll talk about that as in Emily's going to talk about it right now.
Episode 4, the hero experiences human warmth. In the aftermath of the cave-in, Emmy sees a side of Mao that doesn't jibe with the demonic king she knew in Entile. Meanwhile, everyone sees a side of the landlady that nobody could have expected. So this starts off with an Amelia flashback where we learn she's half angel. That was cool. We also learned that the magic Mao first used when he got to Japan on that police officer affected Chi because Chi's dad was the police officer that he hypnotized, which I thought was really interesting how that was connected. Then I wrote, where are these earthquakes coming from? With 3 question marks. And this show makes me literally suspect everyone. I am literally suspicious of her coworker.
I was too for a little bit, but then
So
I was like, nah, like
I'm still suspicious of her coworker. I really like the moment where Amelia is just giving it to Mao. Like she's just confronting him, like talking about how all the horrible things that he's done that has affected her life. And I like that scene because his eyes are literally shaking in the scene. So then that makes you like, it's like, what do you think of Satan in this series? Because he's literally saving people and
yeah.
like having like human emotions. And so you're like, anyway, it's this whole like internal conflict, which I find very fascinating about the show.
Yeah, with that scene when she's like confronting him, basically like screaming at him, "You killed my dad," and then him being like shook that she's like screaming at him because she's like having a mental breakdown basically in
Mm-hmm.
his castle. Um, I mean, because like from the Watcher's perspective, like he's just a regular dude. I mean, like, obviously we know he's Satan, he has like powers and stuff and can perform magic and whatnot. Like,
Yeah.
but like for us, we think he's a good guy. But from what Emmy knows, and then like the world that they lived in, Satan and his armies are like, you know, burning down villages and like killing people and like killing people at the church and like all those villages and stuff because she believes that he killed her dad because like they burned that village down like his army did. So it's just like you can't. It's like a reminder that like we can't forget that he had done well apparently had like done that stuff in the world that they're from. So that was interesting to see. But I said sad backstory for Amelia. But I'm thinking that the devil army didn't burn down her village. I'm thinking it's the church because to me,
Sure.
I'm like, okay, because they knew that she was half angel. So she was just living her regular life with her dad in like this rural village. So
Mhm.
they come and get her, but like she doesn't understand really at that point the importance of like what she is and then like
Mhm.
what she needs to accomplish. She just knows that based off of because she has a flashback of her dad telling her like she's the only thing that can kill Satan. So at that point, I'm like the church needs like something to push her to like get her to become the weapon that they need her to be. So
Yeah.
I think that they either instigated the devil army to like burn that specific village and like her dad somehow ended up dying or like they did it and like blamed the devil army. Because later on like the church is sus. Like I was suspicious about that. I forgot how weird Mao's true form is, especially at the subway like station thing him helping and everything. I was like, "Damn, he's a goat." Like well, he's not fully a goat, but I was like, he's got goat legs. He's like huge and buff. I was like, what the hell? Forgot how weird he was. Um, I was also a little suspicious about Amelia's coworker, but then like later on, I was like, maybe she seems normal for now. Like she's okay because I was like, why is she there? But I think she's normal. I think she's a normal person. But yeah, and then I was like, yeah, who the heck is this landlord lady? Because she knows way more than like what she's giving off. It's like, who the hell are you? That's what I want to know. And then I wrote Amelia has no idea how to feel or think about Mal being a good person. LOL. She just basically has a mental breakdown. And then I wrote Lucifer is here, shocked face. And the fact that like Lucifer's like basically like a kid, he looks like he's in middle school.
Literally.
So I was curious to see how like episode 5 was gonna go because I knew you were like this is crazy because you had finished before I did. So I was like, what's crazy about this episode? But
You're about to find out.
you're about to find out because I'm about to tell you what episode 5 is about. So, episode 5, the devil and the hero saves Sasazuka. So, Lucifer, this is Satan's like general, one of his like people, but now Lucifer is like trying to kill Satan. So, Lucifer is wrecking the neighborhood in a big way, and he's brought along some unexpected friends to save both themselves and their new earthly home. Can Emmy, Mao, and Ashiya do the impossible and work together? The answer is yeah, they did. But what are your thoughts on this episode?
Oh, what the fuck? One of the high priests betrayed Amelia and is working with Lucifer in all caps. That was my
Yeah.
exact reaction. That's why I went like watching it. It had me shook. This episode shows how smart Mao is right off the bat, though. Also, the fact that Aisha is literally dying and goes, "Please watch the movies on discount days."
Yeah, right? I'm like, damn, to the end.
He literally was on his deathbed and was like, "Please don't watch the movies on regular days. Watch them on discount days. We have to save money." I was like, "Oh my god."
The
um,
thing is that like they were literally arguing about that on the battlefield, and then Lucifer's just like bang shoots him like mid
yes.
fight. I was like, damn, just shot
And
him down.
then I literally wrote, bro, he shot him right in the heart. And that's what had me shook. But in this episode, we realized that the negative human emotions can create magic. So that's how Mao got his magic in the last episode when he was able to go back to his true form, was because everyone was so scared. So like the negative human emotions created that magic. I really like the animation of the fight scenes and how the animators use colors. When they screamed, like when the high priest was talking to Amelia and was like, "Oh my gosh, like you're working with Satan," and they screamed, "You're one to talk." I literally screamed the same thing at the same time. I was like, "You're one to talk," because he's literally working with Lucifer. Um, and also Chicho Chiho is so chill with the whole demon and angel thing. I think it's funny. And then I was confused because, and I'm still kind of confused, like, are the earthquakes from Amelia's partners that were coming through? Or was it just the voice? I was a little confused. I'm still a little confused.
So based off of my understanding, so they were sending like solar waves through the interdimensional like gateways, whatever, like, and the solar things were sending like messages. So she was able to hear it, but then like the frequency of this stuff was causing the earthquakes and like trembles to happen in Japan, like the area that they were in. So that's like my understanding of it.
Mm.
Because like they said, at the end of this episode, like Amelia's friends and from the world that they're from, they were saying that like people that have like are thinking about Satan all the time are able to hear them. So she's obviously thinking about Satan all the time because she has a crush on him. So she's thinking about it, so she's able to hear that. And then like I don't know if Amelia was just like not able to get them because she wasn't thinking about Satan all the time, I guess. But I don't know about that part. But I wrote, of course, some bald-headed priest would betray Amelia and work with Lucifer. Like, of course, it's someone like that. Also, I was thinking at the time, like when he revealed himself, I was like, he looks like General, like, what's his name, Prixis or something like that from AOT.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, he looks like, um, and then I was like, damn, Aisha got shot, and then bam, Mal got shot, and then bam, he turned into a donut. I was like, what is
Donut
going
King.
on? I was like, damn. I was like, I mean, he's the main character of the show, right? Somehow he's going to like survive that, even though he has like a freaking hole in his chest. But I was like, damn, how's he gonna get like what's gonna happen? Like, how does he? Honestly, I still don't even know. I'm just like he just got up like later. I don't know, saying man, but I was cackling when the priest was giving Amelia shit for like working with like demons and devils. I was like, bro, you're literally working with Lucifer. Like what? Like you so hypocritical. And I was like, oh men, like literally.
Literally.
And then Chico, like she was like you said, she was pretty chill with the situation. She's a ride or die at this point. Amelia was totally down for that. She's like, just stay in this bubble. I'm not gonna erase your memories or like put you to sleep because she's like, at this point, you already know enough. You can't really explain anything at this point. And then Amelia looks so rad. I love her white hair too. So and then the iconic scene of Mao like coming like right up into Lucifer's face and Lucifer's just trembling and he's just like, how am I gonna deal with you? And Amelia's like, you should beat his ass. like destroying the neighborhood basically. So I thought that was so funny to me. Because like, she still doesn't like him, but she likes him enough to like work with him and like
Yeah.
is basically on his side because of these people obviously they're like, trying to kill both of them. So like I like how they're working together now. It's a interesting relationship between them. But the last episode that
All
we
right.
watched,
Episode 6, The Devil Climbs the Stairway to School. So back in Isle, I'm so sorry. I don't know how to say that. I like they say it so much in the show, but I just like don't know. The other high priest find out about Olva's betrayal. Meanwhile, Lucifer moved into the Devil's Castle and got Mao and Ashita into school ghost stories. I've also recently gotten into ghost stories. Fun fact.
I'm like actual like the ghost shows that you watch with me and my mom.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were talking about Jujutsu Kaisen for a second. I was like, girl.
The way his
Yeah.
voice changes cracks me up. Also, Lucifer wrecking their budget through online shopping is just too relatable.
Yeah.
I was like, this is hitting a little too close to home. Also, I thought that the other high priests were in on it, so I was really confused for a second. I'm still a little confused. I will get answers, I know, but I was like, what? And then I said, he's a shift manager now. I'm dead. That had me cracking up. That was so funny. Chi is just such a funny character. And then I said, what the fuck? Now a priest is there at the school spying on them. And then I said, wait a minute, who the fuck is she? And that's how the episode ended.
Yeah, so I think there are more priests in on like with Olba and whoever, because to me, like the Olba situation, I don't think he was like the head guy in charge. I think there's someone above them, like directing. Because I don't think it's just gonna stop at like, oh, that mission failed, like that's it. Like I think people are still gonna like be after them. But it's like not the whole church is in on it. You know what I mean? It's like a probably like a faction of people or like a little group that just got together and something. Like I don't know why they want to kill her, but because like she is their weapon to kill Satan. So I'm just so confused with that whole thing. But I just thought it was funny that they like beat up Lucifer and they're like, yeah, you can live in our castle. Like you can live with us now. Like just forgave him like that. I'm like, bro, he just like destroyed him and like was about to kill like hundreds of people. What?
Yeah.
But I was like, okay. um, very chill episode compared to the last five that we had watched. So this kind of felt like a filler to me. So I wasn't like as intrigued with it. I mean, it was still like a good episode, but I was just like, it could have been more exciting. It was still funny, like obviously, but
I agree, yes.
I like the action aspect. I like that. Everyone in the school during like the ghost story stuff was so funny, especially when Amelia just like showed up out of
With her
nowhere
shoes on.
with her shoes on, and she's just like, and then she's like, you can't wear shoes in here. Somehow has slippers to give her to change her shoes, and then she's just like, y'all wait for me like while I'm putting my shoes on, and then they just dip, and then she's like running looking for them. They're all just screaming, running away from her, and she's just like hacking up um the anatomy like classroom body things, and she's just like, oh, sorry, didn't mean to do that. I'm like, girl, you're got your whole sword out and everything, your holy weapon, you're just like cutting up the school. What the heck? But everyone's reactions are funny, and a good job on the voice acting. Like they did really good. It's really funny. And then I was said, who's the other priest spying on them? And who the heck is this girl at their door, falling down the steps, falling on top of Satan? I'm like, if this is like another like girl that falls in love with Satan, I'm so
The
over
thing
it.
is, I could see them doing it. I could
I
see them doing it.
know, and I'm just like,
Like,
bro, just stick to one person. I'm like
well,
Satan's pulling the hose for someone that has no idea what a date is.
I really have been enjoying this series. Like, I'm really glad we did this as an episode because this series to me, it's just honestly really funny. And it's an easy watch, but it also has plot. And it's like it's good. Like it's not just a show where because there's nothing wrong with just watching a show for comedy, obviously. But like the fact that there's plot in it too is just I really like this. So I highly recommend if you haven't seen it before, checking it out. Hopefully this episode has inspired you to check it out. If you haven't already, if you have watched it, let us know your thoughts on episodes 1 through 6.
Yeah, did you guys have like same reactions that we did? Did you have different opinions? Like, what do you think about them? Because I mean, I'm enjoying it. I do like what has been out. I don't think I could in my current anime watching state, like binge this.
Yeah.
Like I
Oh, I
can't
can
binge
binge it.
anything else. So, but I am enjoying it. Like this is something that at the moment, like I'm really enjoying watching, and we'll like finish it, and not finish it like a couple months later. Like I'm gonna finish season 1 like by the end of August. So I like it.
Another episode for our podcast.
Literally, like it's for the podcast. So maybe this is just how I'm gonna get out of my funk, like being forced to watch anime for
Yes.
content.
But that is it for today's episode. Next week is a very special episode because it is our 10th episode.
Next episode, we're gonna do a recap of what we've been watching and reading and anything in the anime, manga, nerd world that we find interesting, because I think we had decided that like every 10 episodes we were gonna do this. Because there's so much content coming out and then so much content that we're finding and like people are recommending to us that we're getting into, so we wanted to discuss that and then share our opinions on stuff. But I'm excited to talk about that because I have been reading a lot.
And we're also going to do a quick little Q&A during that episode. So you guys should send us questions. You can send it to us on the Discord. You can comment it below. Ask us on TikTok. Yeah, but join our Discord. Our Discord's really rad. I really love everyone on the Discord. It's super fun. Y'all genuinely keep me going.
You are keeping me here.
And follow us on TikTok. We're almost at 500.
Yeah, the manifestation board is working. I had just changed my 4 to 5. So, right now, live time, I'm gonna post a TikTok on ours.
Oh,
because
okay.
it's time. But yes, join our Discord. We added a TikTok channel so we can send everyone funny TikToks that we find.
And I sent my own TikTok because I'm sorry, my TikTok that I posted today was really funny. I'm gonna show the podcast now because I'm quite amused by it. All right, everyone.
Depressed? I'm the furthest thing from depressed. I mean, look at what I've accomplished. Do you see him? Do you think a depressed person could make this? No. Depressed?
If you didn't know, Parks and Rec is one of my favorite shows, so that was just like perfect.
Follow us on TikTok to see our funny TikToks.
Yes.
Our page, TikTok, and our personal. Join our Discord. Great community we have. Follow us on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Also on Spotify. Give us a listen on Spotify because and rate us 5 stars. That greatly appreciated from the both of us. So, as always, y'all, thank you so much. Stay safe, stay hydrated. If you're starting school soon, good luck. If you're just working, keep it going. Make bank, So, or if you're just chilling, keep chilling. Don't let bad vibes ruin your day.
Exactly. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.